to the channel and welcome to your monthly horoscope for the month of July. I am Kay, I'm an astrologer, a numerologist and a spiritual witch here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been here before. So this is a general horoscope reading, what I see for this sign. As an astrologer, I can't account for anyone's personal birth chart, and I also cannot comment on what other astrologers may find. For anybody who would like me to do that, or anybody who would like to apply this stuff to their own personal charts, check the description box, check out the Patron links, and I'll be able to do that with you all who wish to. So generally speaking, as we move into the month of July, we are going to have the sun actually in the sign of Cancer, because we're in Cancer season. So for you, this is going to vibrate around an area of life for you which is to do with your mental well-being, you know, your spiritual connection that you have, where and how you may feel held back in life. So if we look at the chart on the right hand side, this is the chart for the full moon and how the full moon is going to look. But to know where the sun will be as we move into the month of July, if you see where we've got the circle in pink and the number 2 for you, this is where the sun is going to be. This is the house of, you know, the 12th house of your mental well-being, spiritual contact, and where and how you feel held back, and any hidden enemies that you may have. This area of life also covers large organizations that we may deal with, and law enforcement as well, and hospitals. So any dealings that you have with those organizations. Now the sun is about health, growth and vitality. So obviously this is what the sun may bring to those areas of your life if you are currently dealing or experiencing with those part of your life. Now, when we get to the full moon, which is going to be on the 13th of July at 6:38 p.m. GMT, my local time. For you, it could be the 13th, it could be the 14th, depends where you are in the world. So you can convert that to your own local time. The full moon, which is in Capricorn, will be around a really key area for you. It's going to be about how you earn money. It's your ability to earn, it's the services that you give, and it is any disputes that you currently have with anyone. And also our pets fall in this area of life as well. So on the chart on the right hand side, where we've got number 1 and the arrow, this is the 6th house, and this is where the full moon is going to be for you. We've also got in that house the sun circled at 21 degrees of Cancer, and opposite where we've got number 2, we've got the moon at 21 degrees of Capricorn. This is what gives us the full moon. Now, 2 key things are happening, or 3 key things we could say are happening around the full moon. So although you're going to be having the full moon highlight this part of your life, which is about your ability to earn, your general health and services that you give, and how you earn money. Now, this can bring kind of like a decision making energy. So you may need to make or prepare yourself for a decision around this part of your life, purely because full moons can bring this energy when you've got the sun and the moon in 2 opposite signs. But the moon is going to be forming a conjunction which is working with the planet Pluto in Capricorn. So over where we've got number 2, you can see the conjunction here. You can see the moon circled in pink, and you can see the sign which kind of looks like a P. This is at 27 degrees of Capricorn. He is conjunct to the moon. So this is about emotional transformation and changes for you personally that you may experience, and this will be around, you know, your ability to earn, how you earn money, services you provide, or what you do for other people, disputes that you have in your pets. So Pluto does bring transformation and change, and the moon is a representation of our emotions and how we feel. So you may have all of a sudden a different emotional feeling about this part of your life, which may spark some kind of change. Now, the other thing that is happening is we're going to have Mercury, which is about our thoughts, you know, how we think and our ideas, forming the same aspect of a conjunction with the sun, which you can see by where we've got number 1. You can see the sun circled in pink, then underneath that you've got Mercury, the planet, that is at 17 degrees of Cancer. So he is working with the sun, and this is an energy of bright ideas. So you may have some real bright ideas or experience some kind of growth from any ideas that you do produce around the full moon or as we move forward in July. And this energy for you is going to rest in the opposite house, in your 12th house. So it is about your mental well-being, your spiritual contact, where and how you feel held back. It could be that you have an idea on how you can help yourself not be so held back if you feel held back in any part of your life at all. or if you feel somebody else or something else is holding you back. Mercury's conjunction to the sun could give you an idea of how you can break through this. So what I would say is, around the full moon, if this is for you and this is vibing with you and you are kind of resonating with feeling held back in a certain part of your life, pay close attention to what ideas or thoughts come to you as we approach the full moon. And by all means, it could be a good time and a good invitation from the universe to think about how you can break through those restrictions. Now, finally, where we've got number 4, really, really very important, and another key thing is happening. We have a stellium in the sign of Taurus. And when we have a stellium, this means that 3 planets or 3, different, you could say different energies are all under the influence of a particular sign. So we've got Mars, which is about determination. We've got Uranus, which is about unexpected changes. And we've got the North Node, which is about our direction. And if you look where number 4 is, you can see those 3 energies, the red, the turquoise, and the green, circled in green, all under the sign of Taurus. Now, this is about an unexpected change in some kind of direction that we're going and being motivated to do this. And for you, this energy under Taurus is focusing largely on your career. So as we move through the month of July, the universe, you could say, is pointing you to think about where you're going with your career, where you're going with your overall direction, and it's supporting you to make any changes that you wish to in this area of your life. So it could be a month to sit down and consider that as well. Where are you going with your career and where are you going with your overall direction? So by the time we move through the month and we get to the new moon, which is actually going to be at 5 degrees of the sign of Leo, I want you to stand up, celebrate and enjoy this week. This last week is really, really key for you, Leo, because the new moon, which is about new cycles, is going to be actually in your own energy. So it's a great time for you to focus on you, yourself, your first house of life, and what it is that you want. Now, if you are a person who is born early in the Leo season, like you're an early born Leo, and it's highly likely that your sun may be in early degrees because the new moon is happening at 5 degrees, this will really impact you. And even if you're a later born Leo, again, you're still a Leo, so it's going to affect you to some kind of extent, but how much could depend on the degree of what your sun is at. So this new moon and this cycle, it's all about you, Leo. That's all I can really say with this. This is going to be happening where the arrow is and where we've got house number 1. This is about you. The Taurus stellium, I should say, is still in effect as we move into August. So the universe is still urging you to think about where it is you're going with your career and your direction, and to plan for maybe some unexpected change or direction with this. The Taurus stellium is circled here in green. Now, what we've got circled in pink is actually the new moon. So you've got the sun and the moon, as you can see, they're both at 5 degrees of the sign of Leo, and that is going to fall in your first house where the arrow is. So the end of the month for the Leo sun sign is quite key. It's about you, your career, and your direction, basically. Finally, we're going to have 2 things happen for everyone, for all of us, that will impact on us, which is around healing and an opportunity to really go back and revisit things. So we close out the month. The Taurus stellium, I keep saying Pisces, the Taurus stellium, and that's because we had a Pisces stellium not too long ago, but the Taurus stellium in this particular case for this month is still in effect. So as we move through August, continue to think about your career and your direction. Around the 20th, we're going to have the asteroid Chiron form a retrograde in Aries, and this energy here is about healing. Chiron is the planet or the asteroid that brings healing, and when it's in retrograde, or any planet is in retrograde, it's calling us back to something. So for you, for the Leo sun sign, this is about your overall view on life, situations, people and places and things that could also be at a distance to you, or to do with any travel plans that you may have, because this is your 9th house where this is going to rest. So basically what you think about life, or your overall philosophy and how you feel about it, and your views on things like religion, your spirituality and all that kind of stuff, and even your higher education, and this is like university education or further learning or any kind of additional learning that you want to do. This is what Chiron is calling you back to think about, and this part of your life could be due some kind of healing or some kind of experience while we've got this retrograde going on. Now at the same time, we do have Jupiter, the planet of luck, fortune and growth, and basically expansion. He will expand wherever he is in this same area of life for you, calling you back to focus on this same area of life, and he too will be forming a retrograde. So what we've got here is some kind of healing, some kind of going back, and also at the same time there could be some luck and fortune with something, a situation, person, place or thing in this particular area of your life if you were to go back to it. So it's quite a powerful month for you, Leo, especially with the new moon at the end of it. So I really hope that this was helpful for you, that you've got some kind of use out of this guidance from what the universe is putting forward for this particular sun sign. Please do drop me a comment. Please do you know, give the video a like if something here helped you. Let me know how it resonates, and of course do check out Patreon. The link is in the description box if you wish to go into this in a bit more detail and focus on your own particular chart and how these energies are vibrating for you. And I will see you next month. So have a wonderful month.